Pay attention.
Hello, we are back. How are y'all doing? This is your boy, Mr. Pay Attention, the lovely Ms. Charisma, and the wonderful, the beautiful Miss Nicole Chaplin just walked in posing for the paparazzi.
Give it the shot.
Posing for the
I'm trying to give it the shot. I don't know. This is catching. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
We're glad to have you.
Yes.
I mean, y'all story is incredible, but Mr. Pay Attention, you go ahead, because I have questions.
Yes, well, let me see. How do I sound? Let me turn this. I'm not sure if I can hear myself in the headphones. Hello. Okay, there I go. Sound so lovely. Yes, there I go. I sound good. You can turn it down. I just want to make sure we're on. That's all. Mute Mia. Mute Mia, the wonderful assistant. Mute Mia says nothing but worth a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? All right, now it's too loud. Can you turn down, Mute Mia? Thank you. All right, so Nicole, yes, I wanted to talk to you. I was excited to meet you. We actually have a mutual acquaintance.
Yeah.
That's how I heard of you. That's how I got familiar with you. You know, I don't want to say the person's name because it's not about them right now. It's about Nicole. You know what I'm saying? But, it's the month into the new year.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to lose weight. That's everybody's New Year's resolution. That's the number one New Year's resolution every year. I want to lose weight.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like I said, your story kind of inspired me because, as you see, I'm not the smallest guy.
Okay.
And I definitely want to, lose weight. But it's hard.
It's
I was in a 10-year relationship where you get comfortable and all you do is eat,
okay.
go out to eat more, and late night eat more.
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of relationship? Like a relationship can make you comfortable like that and you eat? Well, no, not always that spot. I've done it before.
Grind hard so you keep the relationship.
That's how I was like, really? That's what I tell you?
Yeah, when I was off, I ate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Okay.
No, so that's the thing, but it's a challenge, and the thing is with me, like, I love lifting weights.
Yes.
I used to box, but even when I boxed, they told me, like, you gotta stop lifting weights.
Okay.
Like, I'm already a big dude, like, you can't add the muscle to the fat.
Okay.
So I wanna learn from the famous, the wonderful, the beautiful Nicole Chaplin, like, give us some tips, what can people do? Well, first, before I even get into the tips, I want to find out more about you. Who is Nicole Chaplin?
Okay.
And what is your story?
Basically, I'm a fitness enthusiast. I love anything fitness related. I'm from Miami, Florida, born and raised there. Went to the University of Miami, and my parents are Jamaican, so I'm a yachty. Eat Jamaican food all the time. That's what I live here. Get some oxtail rice and peas. But I'm just everything fitness related. I do fitness modeling for Oxygen Magazine, Fitness RX Magazine, Jet Magazine, She Magazine. I'm going to be in Women's Health South Africa coming out next month. I'm really excited.
Nice.
Doing battle with videos. And my book, I'm an author. Yes, ma'am. Your Muscle is a Motivator. Been on Good Morning America, on CBS News. So I'm just anything. I'm a person that loves fitness. And the reason why I called my book, Yes, Ma'am, Your Muscle is a Motivator, is because I believe in motivation. I'm big on that. I'm big on having a spirit. I'm big on having a very soulful type of personality. I'm big on promoting people, and that's what I do. That's who I am.
Gotcha.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
So, but what is your motivation? Like, what is your daily motivation
My
like?
daily motivation is my relationship with the Lord. I want to go to bed every night. Yeah, I want to go to bed every night, and I want Him to look at me like you did something right. The fact that I didn't even know what a thought was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what that was because I can't even penetrate that type of foolishness. You know what I mean? No disrespect to whoever came up with it, but that's who I am. And what motivates me is mommy. When I go home and I go to Miami, when she looks at me, I want her to be proud of what I do. So I always keep that in the back of my mind. Any posting I put, any type of words that I put out, any pictures I put, I think about her first. I think about my grandmother sitting home, like looking at that book, like, okay, this is my granddaughter. And I'm like, thanks,
Exactly.
I want to live that way. It keeps me in line. It keeps me from wanting to do stuff that I have no business doing.
Gotcha.
So that's my motivation.
That's deep, dope, and inspirational.
Thank you.
Now, but people everybody's not motivated like that. Like a prime example myself. There's some days where it's like I don't got the time, and the biggest issue I had was
you have the time. You gotta make the time.
true.
I tell everybody that you have to make the time because if you can make time to brush your teeth, wash your face, do an Instagram posting, you can find time. You can.
That's right. You can find time for a selfie.
You can find time. Add up all the Instagram postings. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. You're gonna do a 20-minute workout and you're right next to your bathroom.
Gotcha. Well, also, but the inconvenience is like I used to do like evening marketing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I would go out and, you know, promote different brands, you know, liquor, vodka, you know,
The
cigarettes,
nightlife.
the nightlife stuff. So the thing is when I would be done working at night, there's nothing like this. Everything open is a White Castle, a McDonald's, a Taco Bell. So there's no healthy alternatives that's open late at night. So for a person that's working late nights and that person that gets hungry, and they say it's not even good to eat after a certain hour, you know. So I mean, what do I do? What does the average person do who works that type of schedule and only has that means of, you know, convenience food-wise, you know, in the fast food world? You know what I mean?
I don't know how realistic this can be, but say for instance, do you work late at night? You know what I mean? Sandwiches don't spoil. Apples, fruits don't spoil. They don't. They really don't. So it depends. It depends how bad do you want it. If you don't really want it, you're always gonna find an excuse. That's true. No matter what happens. You know, like I was just telling the beautiful songbird Angel.
Yes.
That's her name out?
Yes.
Angel. We was just having a conversation, and I told her I'm gonna get the cover of Oxygen magazine. That means I'm gonna have to work out 2 times a day. Because that's how bad I want it. And I'm gonna get it. There's not that many sisters that get that cover. I am going to get it, and when I do, I'm gonna come back here and we're all gonna celebrate.
Exactly.
Because I'm gonna say, so and so months ago we said it, y'all heard me say it, and I'm bringing it to fruition because I worked out 2 times a day. I cut out whatever I gotta do. I know what I gotta do.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna get it because that's how bad I want it.
Exactly.
So we can always make excuses. We're never gonna get anywhere if we make excuses.
You got me feeling lazy.
Nah. Wait, isn't your name Mr. Pay Attention? Pay attention.
Now you're getting me feeling worthless right now.
No, I just want to be honest. You know what I mean?
I mean, because the people like, again, you know, nobody likes being overweight.
No one.
Even remember like Monique back in the day. She would always say, "Big girl this, big girl that," and now she's like working out like crazy. I mean, she's like proud that she lost weight. So even though she said it, she wasn't happy in her size.
Not even to just exclude that, but it's just like when she always say, "Oh, you skinny," da 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 da. Because I'm small, but little people know that. But little that people know is that for us small girls, we always want to have extra pounds. You know, I'm so serious, and it's like hard for us to really maintain it just because maybe our metabolism, the way that we're built, it could be a genetic thing. So I know one thing that I've noticed, not to cut you off, is just like now the idea of an image for you to even be healthy the way you're structured or whatever, it's not like a positive thing, and it's like okay, if I'm big, I have to shed off the pounds immediately instead of the right way in a natural way. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, I guess it's also the same thing as people just wanting what they don't have. Because you're saying you skinny and skinny people want that extra girl.
Well, I mean, I know eventually I'll get it, but I'm just like, I've always been fine on my skin until she really went hard and was just like, screw you skinny. And I'm just like, what? This ain't easy.
But she went hard, but then now she lost all the weight, so it's like.
Right, but and that's great, and I commend her for that, but don't make what's something that was a negative for you to make it a negative for everybody else.
Right.
That was my issue, because at the end of the day, like my mother was like naturally tall and slim. My grandmother was naturally tall and slim, and I have a sister, Dallas Cowgirls models, this is like our physique, and it's just like before you didn't need all of that extra, whatever to be who you are, and then now when it's like us slim girls, it's like we don't even fit I don't know if y'all noticed, we don't even fit in anywhere. Like we don't, because now it's like either you're naturally curvy or you just got these natural add-ons. If it's the boobs, the hips, the booties, and I also learned that firsthand, not just from Video Vixens, but I also used to be a Hooters girl. Don't nobody blow that up, but I was, but there was nothing bad about it. I make great money too. But at the end of the day, it was just like, man, it went from being okay for who I am to where it's just like, no, you need to eat. Like I had people say that to me that I'm cool with, like you probably so cold, or you probably this, that, and the other because you're not eating. And I'm like, ooh, that's harsh. Like you making me feel bad. Like I eat all the time. Like I eat a lot.
And see, in opposition to that, I would get people to say, oh, you got enough body on you, like, you know what I mean, you good, you ain't cold, like, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
Like,
I don't want to be throwing no shade. The only shade I do is that I'm just MS charisma, so it is what it is. I thank God for who I am and what I am, so it's all right. You see me as some type of like, you paying attention to me, so it's cool.
Absolutely.
But I'm just saying, just don't make it negative, because trust me, when that time comes, I'm going to be nice just the way that I want to be, and I want everybody to be nice the way they are too. So just keep it positive.
Keep it positive. Miss Charisma, you taking the spotlight.
I'm sorry, because I'm not. I always wanted to touch on that, because I was just like, you always hear how people say, I want to lose weight, but there's a flip side, and not even so much that I want to know how to You know, because when you're small, you can just shed pounds but not even knowing it. You could be sitting in the house and you could be stressing and then get up and be like, oh my God, I just lost 15 pounds. This is a problem. You know, and not even knowing that until you can't even button your clothes up. And it's like, okay, everything is loose, and I was just busting out of these jeans like 2 months ago. It has happened to me. It has happened, and it took me a long time to get my curves. So I'm just like, okay, I got my curves. Where they go? I'm mad. You know, and it's like, now what do I have to do? Now, when I do want to go work out, I'm scared to talk to my trainer and be like, okay, so what should be doing so I won't be doing too much? Because correct me if I'm wrong, they do break you down and they be like, well, there's certain things that you're not supposed to do too much, because I think it has to pertain to water. Or
well, it just depends also to what your goals are. Like everybody has a different goal. So when I get to a client or when I meet a client for the first time, we always find out what is your ultimate goal. So if your ultimate goal is to maintain your weight, I'm not going to give you a lot of cardio heavy type of workouts. I'm going to give you more strength training. More strength. And if you're trying to shed weight, it's going to be more cardio based. So it really depends on what you need.
Okay. So what about Mr. Pay Attention? I said, what about Mr. Pay Attention?
We need a one-on-one. I can't just, I don't know what his goals are. I don't know yet. So when we do our one-on-one, we're going to keep it private between me and him, and we'll come up with a plan.
Okay, cool. So the plan would consist of not only, I guess, a workout routine, but also like a diet as well?
Yeah, like I'm not a nutritionist, so I'm always honest. I'm not a nutritionist, but I do give a very common sense guideline.
Gotcha.
Common sense, you need to drink water. I've had people come to me and all they drink is Diet Coke. That's not going to work.
Just because it says diet?
Yeah, like, no, you need water.
That's right, Jamie.
You just need some H2O, just good old water, you know what I mean? The basic, sugars, honey, if you can. I'm a tea drinker, so I don't drink alcohol, so I save a lot of calories on that.
Gotcha.
Alcohol creeps up on people. I don't have that issue.
But you did touch on one good thing, because my family background is from the West Indies as well, like from Panama, St. Thomas. Yeah. Do I look? I don't know what that look is, but really, I don't know. That's that charisma side. But and then also I have I also have a grandmother that is Jamaican as well. So when I grew up in her house, everything was from scratch, which is like really, really rich. And you just said that you're Jamaican as well. So for those that are used to their their regular dishes that they do eat, like how can you eat the way that you're normally able to eat and then be able to stay fit?
Balance. If you're gonna have African sausage, boiled banana, boiled dumpling, and stuff you have in the morning, you know what I mean? Don't have 3 of each.
True.
Have half of one. Have half of boiled dumpling. Have a little bit of callaloo. Have a little bit of Just don't overdo it. Your plate shouldn't even be full, and don't do it every day. Balance. Okay, today I'm gonna have a West Indian breakfast. Tomorrow, the next 2-3 more days, I'll have a very simple breakfast. Treat yourself. Don't make it an everyday thing where you're eating heavy all the time. That's what I suggest. I eat everything. I like red velvet cake. I like all that good stuff, anything I want, but I just gotta balance it out.
So then, because I have a brother, older brother, and we're complete opposite. I mean, he's like a slim, muscle-head, tone-cut-up version of me, basically.
Yeah.
He was actually talking to me this morning, and he's real big on the blood-type diet. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not.
You're not. And see, that's the thing. When I talked to I had a physical. When I talked to my doctor, she said I never heard of that.
I never.
But I know like athletes, like a lot of football players, they're real big on this blood type diet. And my brother, he be saying like, pay attention. Like this is what you gotta do. You gotta meet with a nutritionist, and they look at your blood type and they tell you things that you can and cannot eat based on your blood type.
I'm sure there's some validity to it. I'm sure.
Yeah, you're not familiar with it.
I mean, I've done recently I got my blood test and there were certain things that I needed, certain minerals that I needed and stuff like that was based on my blood, but it wasn't a certain type of diet. It was just things that from my blood I was missing.
Gotcha.
I have anemia, I battle with that, so my iron, I knew that was going to pop up. Yeah, I knew that was going to pop up, So I was like, okay, I know, that's something that let me not say I have it, it's something I'm working on.
Gotcha.
I don't want to really claim that, something that we're working on.
Right, yeah.
But
I'm scared of iron pills.
Yeah, so.
Gotcha. So how well is the Yes Man book doing?
It's doing really well. I'm actually going to the University of Miami to speak.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going in April. I'm speaking at Thank You. I'm going in March to speak at my high school, Miami Sunset. It's gotten me a lot of places, and I was just at Ronald Edmonds Junior High in Brooklyn last week. So I get a lot of places. I get a lot of doors open to me, and it's 10 chapters. Every chapter correlates with a muscle group, and it really has nothing to do with working out.
Really?
It's only about working from within. So anytime I talk about a muscle, I correlate it to a positive principle. And I think I haven't read every book in the world, but that's never been done before, where the muscles correlate to a positive positive principle.
Yeah, that
and
makes
when
sense.
and when people read it, they're like, I had no clue that this, because we were thinking this would be about working out,
Right.
and there's not one workout in that book,
Really?
and it flips people's mind. So I'm excited. I'm very grateful. And Mommy told me to write that book.
Really?
Yeah, she told me.
Shout out to mom.
Yes, my best friend.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so with you having this book to come out,
Yes.
I know you say you haven't read other like fitness books.
Not that I've read others, but I've never read a book like that. You understand?
Gotcha.
That's it's about working out from within.
Then, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Gotcha. So is it like a spiritual thing?
I was about to say that.
It's
'cause
about your soul. I'm big on
Yeah.
souls. I'm big on your. Anybody I meet, I want to know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So
How
that's
you
why
see
I
yourself.
build a rapport with someone and get to know who they are. Because if you come to me and you just want to lose weight, you'll probably lose the weight, but you're getting back. Because if there's nothing else attached to it, then what is it for? That means it's just because I just want to look good. And there should be something else than just looking good. It should be a part of it, because I want to look good too, but it can't be the only reason.
So what is this something else?
You got to tell me. Is it because you want to run a marathon? Is it because your mom might be passing away from cancer? You want to be healthy?
What-
Is it because you have diabetes? It got to be something else.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because you were saying, I mean, people want to lose weight just to look good.
Yeah.
And you said it got to be something else. But then you also said you base it on the character. You get to know the person. You build that relationship so you can understand their needs, I guess, in a sense.
Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, so then I guess the only way you can understand that something else is to get to know your clients.
Absolutely.
I mean, so doesn't that take time?
It does,
Yeah,
but that's why
working out.
before I meet with that's why I do a fitness assessment with someone, because it's not just, okay, give me your weight, let's take your body fat.
Yeah, 'cause
let's
that's
take
what
your
they
BMI.
generally do.
That's not just it. We have a conversation, and a lot of times it's not just about the weight. It's because, you know what, I'm tired of feeling tired. I'm tired of not being able to walk the stairs. I'm tired of when I go in the store, I feel embarrassed to go in the dressing room. I had a woman that she only had mirrors up to here in her house because she never liked to see her lower half.
Wow.
But that takes time. I need to find out what is it. And that's why you don't like what you look like in the mirror, because you're embarrassed to even look in the mirror.
Exactly.
So that's what, and that makes me connect to you, and then I can help you, because if I feel you, I'm gonna want to rock with you.
So are most people comfortable like expressing and opening up to you?
I've never had a person not open up to me.
I think her approach would make me want to open up, because just like she said, when you start off at the gym, and then when they say, oh, you know, you can talk to a trainer and this, like they sit you down with your weight while you want to do it, but then they're like, okay, so it's gonna cost this, and then you start at this time, and I'll see you.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. And I don't feel motivated. You know, I don't feel motivated. And then it's just like, and then I would feel comfortable to work with a woman than a guy. I'm not throwing shade to any men, but I have done sit-ups and things like that, and I'm just seeing a guy like looking at me more than paying attention to me achieving my goal. I'm just saying, you know. And so it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, I there's been gyms that I've walked into, Bally's or whatever, paid great money, and I'm just like, okay, I'm broke and I'm still at my same level. But again, just because I'm small doesn't mean I'm fit. Because a lot of people be like, oh, you don't need to work out. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do need to. Because if I can run a couple of blocks and my chest start hurting, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Just because I'm small doesn't mean that it's good. So,
Exactly.
you know, I want to be fit. Just because I'm small doesn't mean that I'm fit. So I want to be. The image that you see, I actually want to feel that way as well. So just like you said, you know, it starts from within. I totally agree.
So then, I mean, do you own a gym? Are you with the gym?
Well, I have a private gym, and I rent out the space, so I bring all my clients come to me, and it just works better. It's private, so only trainers that have clients, like it's only personal trainers. So nobody there is sitting on the bench press, you know, Instagramming or texting. Everybody there is with a trainer, and every trainer is serious about their business. And the gym can only work if the trainers, you know, have enough clientele to bring in to make the gym work. So it's a serious situation. We have fun, we all trip out, but we're all in our own world, and I like it.
It's a lot of interaction.
Yes.
So,
It's a good arena that I'm in.
great. How did you hook up with Wyclef?
I've known Clef for a while now. I've known Clef for a while, and when I moved to New York, he had told me at his book signing when he came out with his book.
Right.
You know,
Now that was not so long ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. He was like, you know what? I need a trainer. He's like, you know, I need a trainer. I need to go, you know, get ready for my tour overseas. Nicole, let's do this.
Right.
And then it just took off.
Right.
It just took off, and we did battle ropes, and I mean, he's a great person. Great person.
I wanted to ask, how did you get a chance to take the time out how did he make the time to make that happen? Because I remember when he was working on his last project and when he was working on his book, and and I used to work over at the Source magazine, and we was in the same building as Daddy House. So it was like literally next door.
Yes.
So when I had, when I was going over my review that you was working with him, I was like, so wait a minute, she was in here when because he was like actually almost like living in that studio. He was in there all the time, but he was doing so much. Yeah. So I'm just like, man. So I was like, we probably crossed past each other and never even knew it. So I just wanted to know from that point of perspective, like I knew he had so much going on at that time. So how was he able to make that time to be able to accomplish his goal with all those projects that he had going on?
The thing that Clef would do, Clef would always come in the morning. He would always train in the morning because like when the studio pops off, it's hard to leave. Someone walks in, someone brings a producer, someone flies in. Oh my gosh, this is my friend from West Africa, my friend from Senegal. You gotta meet. Oh my gosh, she's a singer, and before you know it, the time would just tick. So morning time. So he would make it in the mornings.
Gotcha. That's dope. And then in the morning time, would it take him like an hour?
Hour. I do hour sessions. I have some people that like an hour and 15, but they kind of do their own thing after our session. But all my sessions are an hour. If we can't get a workout in an hour, there's a problem.
So is an hour enough?
Yeah, you could do it. And remember, it depends on what your goals are. Some people need more flexibility. Some people need more stretching. Some people need more endurance. It really depends what you need in particular. But an hour is more than enough time. Do your warm up, do your full body circuit, do your cool down, and then if you want to do some extra work like foam rolling or stretching or whatever the case is. Or I have people that work out and then just lay down, like just take like a 10-minute nap. They just want to just relax in their own corner, and that's part of their workout. That's their cool down time, and it works.
Now I've seen a lot of your IG videos.
Yes.
You go hard, like.
Why's your face like that?
Like I watch her work out. Like she put like her videos up, like her little workouts. I be intimidated. I'm like, I'm not even with her training, and I'm like, I don't think I can hang with her. Like,
but see, the thing is, how I train myself is not how I train other people. Mm-hmm. So I train myself how I want to train myself because I know what my goals are. My goals are to go until I can't go no more. Gotcha. But not everybody needs that. That might not be necessary for everybody else. Right. But I want to feel exhausted. I want to go to bed like and it literally happens. That's literally what happens when I work out. When I go to sleep, I'm knocked out, and it feels great. Gotcha. It's my drug. I put that one time on my IG and said, I don't need a drug. I am a drug. Yeah.
What is that?
I am a drug. I'm my own drug. That's what I use. Other people do other things.
Yeah.
Nicole uses myself. I use myself. Nice. And it works.
So then
just check it on the road.
When people come, we talk about race.
Really?
When people come, we talk about race.
Gotcha.
I think Mr. Pay Attention wants to sign out.
Yeah, because my cousin, he trains MMA fighters.
Okay.
So I told him, I said, well, listen, like, let me work out with you. Because I love fighting anyway. Like, when I boxed, I love boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just stopped because I didn't want to get stupid. I say get stupid because, you can punch in the head a lot of times. It's like, it takes a toll on you. So I'd say, I stopped because I didn't want to get stupid. But, that MMA, I'm interested in it. It's a totally different, avenue of boxing.
Yeah.
Because when I approached him like on some boxing stuff, he was throwing me around and kicking my shins and crazy stuff. And I'm like, but I'm like, I want to get with this, But and he just be so busy. Then it's like, I'm serious. Like this is what I want to do. But so I'm like, maybe Nicole Chaplin might want to step in and work with me. So we'll talk off camera. We'll talk.
We're gonna do it before and after picture.
Exactly.
We'll lift up both our shirts and see how we both play.
3 months my stomach will look like yours.
That's the goal.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Well, the homie Chopper Zone just walked in. That's our next guest, But before I bring him in, I just wanted to find out, how did y'all link up?
Actually, I met him through Clef.
Really?
I met Chop through Clef, yeah. And Clef actually told me that this young man lost 220 pounds. I was like, shut up. What dude? And he was like, that guy right there.
Before,
yeah.
I was like, he doesn't even look like the same person.
Meet him. So, I got to meet him, and then he told me he was an artist, whatever. And then he's like, you know what? I want to train, and I want to take my body to the next level. I did the 220 pounds on my own. But let me bring you in, and you assist me, especially with my core. Chop was always talking about his core, So I said, let's do it, and then he became a client. And it's been a blessing. So he's now on my roster. So I got a little nice breed of superstars,
Check.
Yeah, and some nice paper attached to it, but it's really good. It's really good, and I'm, it's somebody that I always like success stories.
Right.
Success stories are what drive this business, you know? All of our business. If we're a success at it, other people are going to want to keep paying attention. No plug. Hashtag. It's a big attention, but, you know, so that's how it works. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Now, is this you like on the regular? Like, because when you call me,
Yeah.
you know, it's like you're always turned up
I'm
to the
on.
max, like a
People
10.
think that I'm like, I can't help it.
What?
This is how I am. I'm excited. You know why?
Mm.
Because this is the only life we have.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna wake. I'm healthy. I'm blessed. I got everything I need, and I'm not even on level 10 of where I'm about to be.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I already see my future. I already know I'm gonna be on TV.
Yeah.
I already have a lot of things. I don't like to talk about things until they come to fruition, but I see myself. I know where I'm going, so I should be excited about it.
Yeah.
You know, I have bad days, but I can't let them get me down.
Exactly.
You know, I have too much to be grateful for. I just read in Oxygen magazine this month that 8% of people that make resolutions accomplish it. That means 92% of people fail.
That's not,
I can't be that 92%. I refuse.
Yeah.
And it starts with your attitude. So I hope when I leave here, y'all are amped. Because I'm amped. So that's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, because like even last week I was sick, I was stressed out,
Yeah.
and then you called me. And then I was like, I'm on the phone, like, what the hell she's saying? When I got on the phone, it actually changed my attitude.
Yeah,
though. It made
it
me feel
makes
good. I
a
was like,
difference, you know,
yeah.
and I like to talk to people.
Yeah.
I tell people, please call me. Let's talk. Like I'm good with the texting, but I'd rather talk to you.
Exactly.
And that changed your day. That just made my day. When I post, I was like, yo, he said that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel blessed. And I'm a derivative of mommy. I'm her child.
Mm.
So this is what I was brought up. This is how she raised me. When I woke up, I had breakfast cooked. We talked. We laughed. We had a good thing. You know what I mean? Like so. I can't see my life being anything different. You know.
That's awesomeness.
So.
I wish I could hashtag all this, but we don't have the greatest service at all.
So yeah, but that's my goal, and I'm glad that you pick up on it, and I'm blessed that you guys feel me.
Yes, I do. I just even feel your energy, or I'm telling you, I'm just gonna be coming out here, even though it's snow on the ground and it's cold as heck. I'm gonna be skipping somewhere. I'm going to be skipping, so I appreciate that so much.
All right, well, Miss Nicole, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yes.
It was great having you.
Thank you so much.
You know, I'm glad to finally meet you in
Yes,
person.
yes.
Tell people where we can find your
Yes.
book.
Oh,
Please.
absolutely. Yes, ma'am. It's available on my website, Nicole Chaplin, CHAPLIN. It's on Amazon.com. It's on BarnesandNobles.com. And if you check my Facebook, Nicole Chaplin 1, my YouTube, Nicole Chaplin 1, Pinterest, Twitter,
So,
Instagram, it's all Nicole Chaplin.
Great.
Yes.
Awesomeness. You there, Mr. Paying Attention?
Yes, of course. yes. So Nicole, thank you so much.
Thank
We're gonna
you.
talk off air because in 3 months I might see a new.
Ah,
a different
I can't wait.
attention,
I
can't
you know,
wait.
So,
I can't
Yeah, so
wait.
was that February, March, April?
Yeah.
All right, so before I go to UM, I'm gonna check up on Mr. Pay Attention.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And I'll help you.
Yeah.
I'll help you mind.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna get back into this mix, and right after this, chop us off.